Alrighty, if you are joining me and you have just finished watching the first video from today, make sure you take a break. You're a human being, and human beings need to not constantly look at a computer 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So if you just watched the 15-minute video or 14-minute video on the I and you and what are you doing in your house while I'm doing this, you need to take a break. I want you to get some water. I want you to stretch. I want you to kind of move your neck and your arms and your eyes and just kind of get a healthy snack and then come back. Learning Spanish is important, but your health is first, okay? So yeah, now if you've done all that and you're joining me, this is a short little video on what does he or she do in their home. So, ¿qué hace en su hogar? ¿Qué hace en su hogar? And I am learning how to do this technology, so please be patient with me as I learn too. Aha, so I do have to go down here and click. There we go. So you've got some vocabulario importante or important vocabulary, and all of these words are actually on your vocabulary list. You also have some Quizlet sets for them, and you can see your resource module. So rather than sitting here and going through a list of words, study it on your own time and in your own way. So how do I say what someone else does in their home? In the last video, yo escucho música. ¿Escuchas música tú? Yo Yo juego videojuegos. ¿Juegas videojuegos? We did the yo and the tú, the I and the you. Now we're going to focus on what someone else does. Él means he, and ella means she in Spanish. Sacar la basura means to take out the trash in Spanish. Él saca la basura. He takes out the trash, right? No, almost. Él saca la basura. He takes out the trash. Ella saca la basura. She takes out the trash. What's going on? Verbs are actions. Verbs in Spanish tend to end in AR, ER, or IR. When the verb ends in AR, ER, or IR, it's in its infinitive form. And we change our verb endings to match the person doing the action. It's called a conjugation. Don't stress about it. You know what? Let's just roll with this. Okay? We're going to learn some Spanish. We're going to be able to talk about what he and she does. We see this sometimes in English. I take out the trash. He or she takes out the trash. So take change. Happens all the time in Spanish. You're going to get used to it. Also want you to remember that you have been studying your first language for at least 14 years, and you know what? This is your first time learning another language, and you're only a few months in. So how did I do that? To say that he or she is doing something, we use the él or ella form of the verb. Sorry, I keep moving my video around. I'm not sure where it best belongs in here. I'm going to kind of hide. Cortar el césped. Él corta el césped. Ella corta el césped. To cut the grass. He cuts the grass. She cuts the grass. Lavar el coche. To wash the car. Él lava el coche. Ella lava el coche. This is the él or ella form of the verb. I want you to practice speaking this at home. Act out washing the dishes and then say it and repeat it after me. Lavar los platos. Él lava los platos. Ella lava los platos. I'm kind of pointing like he or she, maybe that person over there. Lavar la ropa. Él lava la ropa. Ella lava la ropa. Limpiar el baño. Él limpia el baño. Ella limpia el baño. I know we're not supposed to point, but by pointing he, she, you're going to get the hang of it. Pause this video as many times as you need. Repeat things, go back. The beauty of having a video is that you get to practice on your own. So, stop, wait a minute. I thought, because you're seeing the él lava and ella lava. Okay, remember what we did before. Adjectives. Adjectives are describing words. They describe nouns. Adjectives in Spanish change their endings to go with the gender of the nouns being described. Yo soy estudiante bueno. Yo soy estudiante buena. Yo soy estudiante buene. So the bueno, masculine. The buena, feminine. The buene, gender neutral. Okay, what we're doing now is we're focusing on verbs. Verbs are action words. They express who is doing an action. Verbs in Spanish change their ending to go with the subject. Take your time to get used to this, okay? I also know that you're not supposed to read the notes out loud. Well, some people like it read out loud. Alrighty. To say that he or she is doing something, we use the él or the ella form of the verb. I want you to try it. I want you to take off the AR ending. So, ordenar la casa, take off that AR. Pasar la aspiradora, take off that AR. Pasear el perro, take off that AR. Leave the E. Sacar la basura, take off that AR. And figure out how to say he or she. At this time, pause the video. I want you to write it on a piece of paper or in a Google Doc or try saying it out loud, but I want you to pause the video, do your work on your own, and then come back and check your answers. You could just go to the next slide and check your answers, but I want you to think for yourself. Ready? Think. Okay, hopefully you're back. And now we're going to go. So here you go. Here are the samples. Again, to say he or she is doing something, we use the él or ella form of the verb. Él ordena la casa. You try to say it. Ella ordena la casa. Él pasa la aspiradora. Ella pasa la aspiradora. Él pasea al perro. Ella pasea al perro. Él saca la basura. Ella saca la basura. Again, how did I do that? To say he or she is doing something, we use the él or ella form of the verb. You try it again. Take off the AR ending and add A to say that he or she does this activity. So, cuidar a la mascota, take off that AR. Escuchar música, take off that AR. Hablar por teléfono, take off that AR. Usar la computadora, take off that AR. Put on the A and check it. Él is he, ella is she. At this time, pause the recording, do it on your own, try writing it out. They say that handwriting stuff gives you that hand-brain mental connection thing. Oh, you're back. Let's check your answers. If this isn't what you come up with, well, you know what? Go back, review, and you know what? Pause this video and take some notes. Copy everything? I don't want to copy everything, and I'm the teacher and I love Spanish. So you know what? Take the notes that are going to make sense for you, because it's all about you. This class isn't for me to learn it, it's for you to learn it. Ready? Now I'm going to do some speaking, and I want you to practice speaking it too. Él cuida a la mascota. Ella cuida a la mascota. Él escucha música. Ella escucha música. Él habla por teléfono. Ella habla por teléfono. Él usa la computadora. Ella usa la computadora. All right, now what if I want to ask you if you do these activities? Well, remember, you in Spanish is tú or usted. If you need to go back to previous notes and go back into that resource module, remember you've got a resource module. Tú is the chill you, the relaxed you, the one we use with friends and family, colleagues, people our age. Usted is the you we use in a formal situation. I'm not going to walk up to the principal and go, hey, how you doing, girl? No. Hey, mister, how you doing? No. Hello, how are you, ma'am? How are you, sir? A little more formal, usted. With your parents, even if I'm older than your parents, I'm going to use usted as a sign of respect to your parents. So let's take a peek here. Usted ordena la casa. Usted pasa la aspiradora. Usted pasea al perro. Usted saca la basura. Time out. Wait a minute. How does usted, which means you, use the same ending as he and she? Just what? Okay. Sometimes you just have to roll with it and follow the culture. Usted is the formal you. And in the past, common people like myself did not just walk up to the king and queen of Spain and say, hey, how are you? I would say, how is your grace? Here's the difference. How are you versus how is your grace? Just so you know, the current king of Spain is Felipe VI, and the current queen of Spain is Queen Leticia. If you are looking at a copy of the slides later on and you click on this link, it'll take you to that article. Also, if you want to study it a little more in depth, you can go back into the lesson slides here, click on this link. Quora is a website that will have some more information for you for that. All right, that's great, Miss Duck. That's like, now how do I ask the question? Again, we will use the AS in the to form. Ordenas la casa, pasas la aspiradora, paseas al perro, sacas la basura. If I'm talking to your parent, though, I'm not going to use the to form. I'm going to switch into that formal form. So put on the question marks. Remember, in Spanish, we use that upside down question mark to start it and a regular question mark at the end. And that's just how the culture rolls. So that's just what we got to do. So you can also put the subject at the end. You can drop the to or the usted and use your voice. I see I've got dropped the to. When I go back into the notes, I'll change that word to usted. Usted ordena la casa. Ordena la casa usted. You try it. Pause the video as many times as you need. Usted pasa la aspiradora. ¿Pasa la aspiradora usted? Or just drop the usted. ¿Pasea al perro? ¿Saca la basura? So practice reading these questions aloud. ¿Ordena la casa? I'm holding my hand up. I'm trying not to point, because again, that pointing thing, I know we're not supposed to do it, but it's trying to help with that you thing. So if I do this, maybe that's the formal you. Here's the chill to, here's the usted. ¿Ordena la casa? ¿Pasa la aspiradora? ¿Pasea al perro? ¿Saca la basura? Uh-oh, got that stop sign again. It's cool to put in the subject to clarify. Again, if it's bugging you that él, he, ella, she, and usted, you formal, all have the same ending, you know what, put the subject in. If it makes you happy, we're learning this language. The native heritage speakers, they're used to this. They do it all the time. It's just like we ride on the right-hand side of the road. That's just what we do. That's our culture. We've always done it. So you're just practicing. So you're welcome to go ahead and put that subject, él, ella, usted, he, she, you formal in. Let's try. ¿Ordena la casa él? ¿Felipe ordena la casa? ¿Ordena la casa ella? ¿Elena ordena la casa? ¿Ordena la casa usted? ¿Usted ordena la casa? So let's do some questions and answers, just like we did before, but now we're going to practice with the he and the she and the usted. I'm going to ask you some questions in Spanish about the person pictured. And you're going to answer back aloud in Spanish about that person. And then I want you to throw the question back at me. So here's a model. Pretend Bob is sitting next to this computer. And I'm going to ask, usa la computadora. I made a mistake. Hey, if I made a mistake, you can make a mistake. I'm trying to ask you if Bob uses the computer. So it's okay to make mistakes. We're learning a language. Usa la computadora Bob? I can press pause. You can press pause. Give yourself time to answer. And then say, Bob usa la computadora. Or Bob no usa la computadora. And I want you to throw the question back at me and ask if Anita uses the computer. Usa la computadora Anita? Or y ella? And then I'll answer you. Ready? Let's go. ¿Saca la basura Rodrigo? Sí, ella saca la basura. So I asked you, ¿saca la basura Rodrigo? Does Rodrigo take out the trash? And you either said, Rodrigo saca la basura, or Rodrigo no saca la basura. And then you asked me about her, and you said, ¿saca la basura ella? Does she take out the trash? And I said, sí, Lola saca la basura. I just gave her the name Lola. Feel free to kind of be creative with this. ¿Lava los platos Ash? Ash lava los platos. Ash no lava los platos. And then you asked me, ¿lava los platos ella? Sí, Serena lava los platos. where the pictures come from. Ash and Serena are characters off of Pokemon. Thought it might be interesting for you. ¿Escucha música Nicki Minaj? Sí, él escucha música. ¿Escucha música Nicki Minaj? Nicki escucha música. Nicki no escucha música. ¿Escucha música él? Sí, Eric escucha música. So I hope that helped you. Our focus today was on what does he or she do in their home. And again, I got some pictures of people in their homes. Your home is perfect as it is, whether it is a casa móvil, a casa adosada, o un apartamento. No matter where you live, it's perfect. And no matter what you're doing, you're awesome. Give it a try. Let me know if there are things that I can do to help you out.